What's going on, folks? Painless. It's been a while, I know, but I felt that I needed to do this piece on this fight that happened in California at one of those, I guess you could say, subsidiary Disney theme parks. The video was very graphic, very brazen, something that unfortunate. When you go out there and what we like to do a lot of times, we like to do where white people do it too. Because I can equally show a video of some white people cutting up, fighting, things of that nature. But what is so embarrassing for me is that I know one can't, you can't be the whole, you don't speak or represent black folks. That's what's a lot of black people who can't comprehend the things that I've said or I'm going to say or have said in the past. Well, yeah, you can't tote that barge or carry that torch for all black folks. Well, that's not a representation of all of us. Well, you know what? That is true. But in life, unfortunately, you're going to be, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. And what's unique about this situation is, if you look around, you didn't really see that many black folks out there. You didn't see that many black folk out there. You saw Hispanics. This is California. I assume that they're Mexican and white people. You didn't really see that many black people out there trying to enjoy themselves. So what they did is they've put into the minds of what, since the Obama administration, everyone thinks and continues to think that black people need constant monitoring, need constant supervision, and in their mind, it kind of, how should I say, it validates their thinking in over-policing and how black men react. Well, because I'm black and I look at that and I see, this is why we get shot. This is why, because if you're acting like that, and I did a little history on this story, this is quick. Apparently they're all related. But to me is, if this is how you act, black men, in public, and you can hear the female in his voice, the dude with the pink shirt on. Because if you look, he was fighting two women. He fought one, that big girl, then he hit his supposed girlfriend or whatever. But anyway, who gives a rat's about their little living situation? It's the femininity of the situation and how this particular man decided to act. Validation to those that it validates. It validates the aggression towards black men. If I'm a spectator and I see that again and I'm black, I can only imagine how those Hispanics and white people looking at that situation with their families in that park and trying to enjoy their day. Well, shoot, I see why they get shot. If you can't have I've talked about conflict resolution and how, it doesn't really sit well in the so-called black community. How conflict resolution amongst a lot of us black folks is, I'm going to punch you in the face. So again, I can't harp on that enough. The validity it gives to how black men are treated by outsiders. That's what it does. You know, I talked about manhood and how overly emotional a lot of brothers are today. You got brothers out here in their mid-40s fighting on YouTube, trying to fight, and then, you know, you look at this, I revert back to the video and you know, on topic with this, you know, this brother, I don't know, man, a lot of, and I don't condone violence, but a lot of brothers out here just squabble game mean like it used to be. And then being California, Anaheim, you know, Southern California, he got to give up his gang. His, you know, this is neighborhood. Talking about this is neighborhood. Dang. I don't know. I just think, you know, the focal point is, and you know, the moral of this video is that when you act like this and other people see you acting like this, violent, not listening to authority, you can't calm down. It puts in their mind that, yeah, I see why police had to shoot him. I could see that. I could see, you know, and unfortunately, this brother is a representation of hundreds and thousands of black men in America and how they act and how overly emotional they are. How they can't just grasp being told what to do. They can't handle, they have to have the last word. And a man like that, a man that has to have the last word, that's very feminine to me. And I know what I'm dealing with. I'm knowing I'm dealing with a man that's primarily been raised by a single mother or by a group of women, a lot of women, because that's how women, but that's what you expect from a woman for the most part. I don't argue with women. I don't argue with nobody, but don't argue with a woman. But yeah, this is what you get. This is what you get. And, you know, it's sad, you know, that it's just, again, it just validates the violence projected onto black men. Because a lot of men don't act like this. You know, if you look at a lot of these fight videos, these brothers be fighting, they act like they ain't never beat nobody up before. They be punching them. You see the man clearly knocked out, or you didn't hit him, and then you going up kicking him in the head. And to me, act like you didn't whoop somebody's ass before. If you knock somebody out, then go on and walk away. You ain't got to go and kick him in the head and jump on his head and all that. That's somebody ain't never whooped nobody's ass before. Act like you didn't been somewhere before. So, you know, I'm going to end it right here. This is kind of video up off the cuff real quick. And I'm out.